Manitoba produces a wide and diverse range of grain, oilseed, vegetable, pulse, and special crops. Late April to early May is the normal time to start spring cultivation and seeding, with some land requiring cultivation prior to sowing. A zero-tillage system is now widely used in Western Canada, with the seed being sown directly into the previous season's stubble. Air drills, which seed, fertilize, and harrow pack all in one operation, are very popular, and with large seeder units in excess of 70 feet wide, these machines can seed upwards of 400 acres in a day. Mixed grain and stock farms cannot justify such large equipment, relying on more conventional size machinery. Within a few days to a week of sowing, the crops should be germinated and through the surface. The combination of early summer heat and ground moisture allows the young plants to develop quickly, with most of the coarse grains and canola maturing in about 90 to 100 days after sowing. Canola is the major oilseed crop grown in Western Canada. Flowering in early July, the bright yellow fields of canola add variety and contrast to the prairie countryside. Manitoba's climate is suitable for the production of many specialty crops, with the province ranking second in Canadian potato production, a large proportion of which are processed into French fries. Many of the vegetables are grown under contract to processing plants, with some product going to supply the local fresh markets. Manitoba grows more sunflowers than any other province in Canada, which bears out the fact that we enjoy some 2,300 hours of sunshine annually. Along with flax and canola, these oilseed crops blend in well with the crop rotation system. By early August, many of the grain crops are reaching a stage of maturity. Wheat continues to be a widely grown grain crop, accounting for up to a third of crop production, followed by canola, soybeans, barley, and oats. With Manitoba's crop diversification, it dominates production of flaxseed, sunflower, buckwheat, and peas. Large inland grain terminals are located in some towns and rural communities. These terminals are sited beside a major rail line where grain is offloaded into 90-ton capacity rail cars, much of which will be transported to the docks for export. To help reduce moisture levels in the grain and speed up ripening, some of the earlier sown crops will be swathed prior to harvesting. Just like anywhere in the world, crop yields vary from season to season. In an average year, hard red spring wheat should yield around 1¼ ton per acre, with softer wheats going much higher. Barley should yield close to 2 tons per acre, with canola averaging around 1 ton per acre. As the month of August progresses into September, any unripe crops will be desiccated to facilitate straight-cut combining. Much of the straw is shredded behind the combines and then harrowed, unless it is required for livestock purposes. Some plowing is carried out from time to time, but it is a rather uncommon occurrence. With the arrival of fall, any late-sown grain is harvested along with canola and flax. With many farmers adopting the zero-till system, the grain land will need to be harrowed for straw residue distribution and then left over winter in readiness for spring sowing. Picking and storage of bales for winter use is another autumn task, with the season's final harvesting evidenced on maize corn for silage and grain, together with soybeans and sunflowers. Movement of grain is fairly active all year round, and it's not uncommon at any time to encounter a train of up to 2 miles in length hauling grain and container cargo. With our drier climate, metal decay and rust are negligible, and although many Canadian farmers leave their equipment outside all year, it still pays to keep it under cover when not in use. In mid-January of each year, a big event for the agricultural community is Ag Days, which is a 3-day machinery and equipment show held at the Westman Place complex in Brandon.
We moved here in the spring of '97 from Southern Ireland. Originally we had bought just a little over 1,000 acres of mixed land, mixed farm, beef and grain. Now we farm 1,500 to 1,600 acres of grain, another 500 acres of grazing land, pasture they call it here, and we're running, we're calving 200 beef cows, as well as our grain, and it's not difficult to do. It's quite easy to expand here once you get your feet firmly planted under the table. It's not difficult.
No, it's been a good experience, and I work part-time at the local hospital, and people have just been so friendly and involved us in everything in the community, and we've been invited to, the first few weeks we've been invited out, through the school system. Jamie has friends that's constantly being invited places, things to do. We have a lot more free time than we ever would have had back in Ireland. We basically have the month of July to ourselves, and we spend a lot of time just visiting people around. It just
we were initially worried about the winters, but after the first one or two, they're quite tolerable. They're more than tolerable. You can just get out there and have fun in the snow, and you've got these snow machines or snowmobiles here, and it's quite a lot of fun. And you can relax during the winter here because you just go and do your feeding of your cattle, and it only takes 2.5 hours or whatever, and then you've got the rest of the day to yourself, and you've got lots of free time, and we have a new circle of friends and almost family at this stage. Some of
they've adopted us.
Basically, people here are just real easy to get along with.
Yes, very friendly people.